Hello, good evening. Here I come again. Let's study the verb would again, right? It's another topic. No. Is it another topic? No, it's not another topic. It's the same verb would that we studied the first lesson, the previous video. If you didn't watch, I recommend that you go there and check the videos, okay? Well, the verb would is very versatile, right? You can use the verb would in many situations, as well as other verb tenses. And we must give examples to emphasize how different contexts they are used. Okay, so let's get going. So when the verb would is used, the verb would is used to express hypothetical situations that didn't happen, right? Unreal situations, something that hasn't happened yet. For example, if I had her address, I would visit her. Well, we saw this last video, but I can't emphasize enough. When we have an if clause in the simple past, the next clause comes with verbs such as would, could, might, and the main verb, okay? So if I had her address, I would visit her. Why is this a situation that won't happen? Because I don't know where she lives. I don't have her address, so I can't visit her unless I know her address. So it's an imaginary situation. You see? Okay, let's see something else. Another example. She would have gone to the party if she had been invited. She would have gone to the party. It's another hypothetical situation, but that took place in the past. She didn't go to the party, right? This action, the party, took place in the past. We have the party here and now. If somebody went there before the party and told, Mary, would you like to go to the party? She would have accepted the invitation. So she would have gone to the party if she had been invited. As she wasn't invited, it's not possible anymore, okay? It shows a condition that branches a new alternative action. You imagine, what if this happened? If she had been invited, she would have gone, okay? Well, so we know that would is very used in conditional sentences, right? Not in the if clause. The if clause doesn't have conditional tense, doesn't have would here. It's not possible to write would here in this part of the sentence of the if clause, okay? But let's see something else. She will stay home today. It's rainy. She will stay home today. It's rainy. What verb tense is this? Is will. It expresses an idea in the future. And we know that all day long she will stay home. She won't leave because it's rainy. Maybe if the weather gets better and it changes, perhaps she changes her mind. But this is not what we are talking about. We are talking about a situation in which it's going to be rainy all day. So she will stay home, right? She would stay here if she didn't have an appointment. She would stay here if she didn't have an appointment. Is it possible to her to stay here? No, it's not possible because she has an appointment. So she has to leave. So you understand the difference in meaning, right? Here we have a situation that is not happening. She's not staying. Here we have a situation where she's staying. All right. Sometimes we can express an idea in the past. The simple past of the verb will can be would sometimes, not always, but it can be. Especially when we talk about indirect speech. Let's see, what is indirect speech? When I say, I will help you. That's me saying, I will help you. And Thales said he would help me. So when we express ideas that are direct speech in the indirect speech, if we have the verb will, the indirect speech is would. Okay? Understand that? She will be the new director. She will be the new director, right? And then I want to say it in the indirect speech. The boss mentioned that she would be the new director. So this is indirect speech that somebody saying about something you said or somebody said. Here, the boss said, she will be the new director. And then I'm telling somebody else about what my boss said. My boss or the boss mentioned that she would be the new director. Very simple, very straightforward, okay? Okay, there is another situation in which when you say wouldn't, misspelled, wouldn't do something. When you say you wouldn't do something, it means that you refuse to do something or something wouldn't be done, right? He wouldn't let me explain. For example, I have a very angry customer. I had a very angry customer in the supermarket. I work in the supermarket, and he is arguing with me about something, about a product that there is shortage of that product, and he doesn't care. I want that product. I don't know how you will get it, but I need this, and you will get it to me right now. And I explained to him, but he wouldn't let me explain. He was so angry that he didn't want to listen, right? He didn't want to listen. So he refused my explanation. He wouldn't let me explain. Okay? He wouldn't go to school. He wouldn't go to school, for example. You have a boy, a child. You have a child, and it's very early in the morning, it's raining, and your son doesn't want to go to school. He wouldn't go to school. He refused to go to school. Right? It was a pain in the ass, right, to convince him to go to school. So he wouldn't go. So it's very easy, very straightforward, okay? We can also use verbs like would to express ideas that happened often in the past. It happened frequently in the past. Let's see such examples. When I was a child, I would play games almost every day. Right? When I was a child, I had a video game, and whenever I had time, free time, I played video games. So I would play games almost every day, right? It's something that I did. I would leave school. No, let me see. I would leave PE classes when it was boring. It's something that maybe I haven't talked about it. I hated physical education classes when I was a child. And when I realized that the classes were bad enough, I would just leave. Okay, so it's something that happens. It's a pattern in my behavior, right? So you use the verb would to express ideas. Oh, I would do this all the time when I was a child, right? I would play with my friends during the weekend. So it's something that happened frequently in the past, okay? It means that you did this regularly, right? Frequently. Okay, so that's it. And finally, to end this topic, not everything, but we will talk more about the verb would, but in other contexts. Finally, when I say, for example, when I was alone, I used to play games. So I can use the verb used to have the same meaning of the verb would, because it shows something that used to happen. Remember, when we talked about the verb used to, it means it means that something took place in the past. It was a habit. It was something that happened frequently. I used to study English during high school. I used to study at home before taking tests. So I can use the verb would replacing used to. I would study at home before taking tests. When I was alone, I would play games. Right? So used to can have a very similar meaning to the verb used, would and used to can have similar meanings, okay? All right, that finishes our studies today. Have a great day, a great night, a great evening, whatever. Just be happy.